Yeah, exactly. So it was the moment when I was reading the Humans of Numerai. There is a thread on the forum, on the Numerai forum, which was fantastic to read all the stories. And the robot was claiming the title of the fossil. So the robot, the fossil. I don't know if robot is here. Yeah, because he definitely was not the fossil one, the oldest one.
Isn't that cookies pretty old as well?
Yeah, Kamarad was mentioning that he was starting with Fortran programming in '69. Could be older than me because I was born in 1960, and at the time we didn't have so much access, especially in the communist, Czechoslovakia, so much access to the computers. But he could be. But I'm claiming the title. So if somebody wants to challenge me, born before the 1960, yeah.
Sorry, 1962.
Oh, okay, you see, I am the fossil. So I have started in Numerai about 1 year ago, and it actually consumed me quite a lot. I was doing a lot. And when I had some discussions on the forum, especially about how I don't like the Numerai, the cryptocurrency around that, some people were mentioning that they pay actually for their compute infrastructure to train the random models, which I didn't. So I said, well, okay, there might be something good to speak about when Joe was announcing that the Meetup will be coming to Prague. So maybe, and especially I'm glad that there are people who are considering to join or new to Numerai, because it will be more oriented towards the newcomers and how to start for free on the Numerai platform. When I was looking for the title, I was consulting ChatGPT. This is the best marketing bullshitter. So, and ChatGPT came with the one title, not exactly that one, but was containing the word cheapskate. I'm not an English native speaker. I didn't know that. I like that. It's have quite negative connotations, but it has very fantastic, very good translation to the Czech language, and it's called držkrešle. And the držkrešle is 9-letter words with only 2 vowels, which is, some people say it's typical about the Czech language. So, I will start with welcome in Czech Republic to Czechia for the people who are not from here. So who is from Czechia, my fellow citizens? Quite a lot of people. Okay, nice. So you can correct me or add your stories. So Czech language is well known for the scarce use of the vowels, and we can create the perfectly valid sentence which is not using the vowels at all. Strč pes, skrz krk means put finger through your throat. Okay.
Have you ever read like Eric Brech's Dwarvish sentences?
No.
They use sort of the same vowels.
Yeah, I was reading the one post which was said about the ideal language would be combination of the Finnish and the Czech. They're just quite opposite. So, what we are proud of, what is special about the country where we are hosting. So, I'm actually beer ultra nationalist. Yeah? We have the best beer in the world. No discussion about that. After party, whatever we can taste, lot of the thing. And we take it as well as the nation very seriously. 140 liters, including babies. meaning small, quarter of a liter every citizen. But I guess the tourists are included into that. So guys, help us to keep the top spot. Actually, the lead is quite big, so we are not so much worried. And I would be pointing to the Germans on the fourth. Yeah. So Belgians, not at all.
Which is weird.
Yeah. So, but they produce the beer, but don't drink it. And there is one catch in it. I have read that if the Freistaat Bavaria would be independent country, they would be on top. Because they drink not like in Frankfurt, with this small. they have a 1 liter bottles for that, so they would be probably on top, but luckily for us, they are not independent country. Actually, I like the Czech Republic. This is nice country to live, small, and safe. Numbers. Maybe this is because of a beer, that people said that it contains the vitamin B, which is kind of calming down, anti-stress, kind of the iron drink, which we use. But this is good, I personally think this is because we are not so much ideological, because I'm the militant atheist. Okay, so militant in the sense that I'm not afraid to say that I am the atheist. And as well, the Czech Republic, this is kind of what we have here. And I believe it translates to, to being tolerant rather than, violently pushing any ideologies or something like that. But we do not have any religion, does not mean that we do not have the Bible. And the Bible is that novel. So this is the last point. I believe we are quite funny. We make jokes of everything. Even our Nazi occupiers were calling us the smiling beasts. So we make fun of everything. The main character of the novel is the most loyal soldier of the Austrian-Hungarian Empire in the First World War. You basically do not know if he is so stupid or so smart. And you will not know because the novel was not finished. The author was the anarchist, and he died of heavy drinking. So but this is really fun to read. If you like as well the history, it's fantastic. It's quoted here like Bible, so you say just the half of a sentences. Everybody knows how it continues. As well, I believe in every country it is understood slightly differently. It's popular in Germany. It has been popular maybe in Germany. It is a lot popular in Austria, but we do not believe that they understand what it means, so it's the different understanding. So, what kind of Czech Republic? You will find me on Numerai under the Švenda, whatever name. Currently I have 23 models, 19 of them are staked. I do the automatic daily submission and weekly train them as well automatically. And I do not pay anything for the compute. My models are JOS underscore, starting all of them there. So as well as suggestion, we need the regex in the leaderboard search, because this underscore is not working well. So how I have done it? I've done it on the Kaggle. which is the free platform. And so what was the evolution of that? So I have started something like in the spring of 2002 by thinking about my own idea about rather portfolio allocation or dynamic indexing in the large portfolio. And when I wanted to refresh, my original education is operational research and basically applied mathematics and economics. And I did the AI in '84, before the AI winter. I was programming the expert system, a rule-based expert system, using the fuzzy logic. So I wanted to somehow get back new methods, so I chosen the Kaggle, and when I was boosting that I finished one of the interesting courses there, and I have learned something. My ex-colleague told me, you should try the hardest data science tournament in the world. So I did, and I was immediately catched. But I still think that it's not just straightforward and easy to newcomers to start. Definitely it was not easy 1 year ago. So I started with the first Python code, which was called, I think, the first submission or something like it, my first submission or whatever, supposed to work in the collab, in the Google Colab for free. But at that time, there was already the V4 data, and because of a memory limitation, could not work. So I brought it to the Kaggle, which had at that time 16 gigabyte of memory limit, and it worked. It was good. So I started to do the first model, which was really crazy, very complicated. I was very proud. Weirdly enough, it worked. So I made a first mistake. I put all the stake on the first model, and in that moment it was just starting to dump. And yeah, so. In October last year, the daily tournaments were announced. And at that time I had about 14 models, usually manually launching them on Kaggle on Saturdays, but it was good. It was very nice time, So sometimes from the model, when I was with the family traveling, waiting for the time and running the model. And the Kaggle had already increased the limit of the memory to 30 gigabytes. So it was good. When in December the new Sunshine data set was announced, it was more and more clear that I will not be able to do it in the old way. And I started to experiment with the cron as the Linux scheduling software to run my notebook, but due to the other limitations, I could not wait because my Saturday main notebook needed to finish in 12 hours, and if it was delayed, he could not finish the run. So I switched to the webhook, and I was very happy, and I did it, with the webhook from now. And just shortly after, I think the Prague was announced, or it was kind of the same day, the model upload beta feature was announced, and it is actually very good. I will be moving all my models. I have about half of the models already, which were easy, uploaded as on the platform. It's free, so this is good, sure, for the Cheapskate, and before that I just had pretty well. The automation was done. It was not done by what Numerai was offered. It was completely done on the Kaggle, and I'm continuing to, I'm expecting to continue in Kaggle even more. So, what are the limits of the free so when something is for free, you should expect the limits. Yeah? Actually, I was mentioning the memory, which is the most important for me, because the Kaggle is also offering the GPU kernels, couple of them, combined with the 2 GPUs and 13 GB of RAM. They have also tensor processing units for free, which is good, but mostly for the neural networks and things like that. And I'm using the XBoost most of the time. Notebook has to finish in 12 hour runs, 9 hours tensor processing unit kernels, and there is a 20 GB disk space attached to the notebook, where all the output can be saved, kind of auto-saved. And concurrently you can run maximum 10 notebooks, which is not bad. You calculate all the possibilities which you have at one moment, having 300 megabyte RAM and all that. So what are the enablers, which as well the Kaggle platform contains some of the features which allow you to go around these limitations. The first one is the chaining of the notebook. So when you have a notebook and it has the saved output files, typically, you can use it as the input for the next notebook. Actually, it can reference themselves. So if you train something, you can go back with the next version when you run the notebook. You can put the same notebook as the input, and it will take in the old data and read it in. You can use it. And obviously, there are as well the data sets, so you can attach the data sets. But I'm not using that one a lot. I'm rather chaining notebooks. And the other technology is the Kaggle API, which is basically the tool how you can control the Kaggle platform, Kaggle notebooks from outside, so from your home computer or any other external computer out of the platform. State of that API is, I wish it would be in the state of the Numerai, but the Kaggle API's CLI, the command line interface, works relatively well as described, so I'm using it as the CLI. So, and again, to prove my fossil title, who will know who is on the picture there? Oh, well, yeah, but I'm not quite sure that they were hippies, but...
Frank Zappa?
Exactly, this is Frank Zappa and his group. So, what was the name of his group? Mothers of Invention. Yeah? Mothers of Invention. They originally wanted to be named Mothers, but their producers said no way, so you have to change it. And because there is supposedly English saying necessity is the mother of invention, so he said the mothers of invention because of the necessity. And that's actually a good point. Wherever you are limited in resources, it opens the way for the innovation how to overcome, and brings you a lot. So you can freak out. It was a 1968 LP of the Bandazowie mentioned Švenda. By the way, he was very popular here. It was kind of surprising for him after the fall of the communism when he arrived, such a large following, because he was marginalized basically in US in his where they were working. But fantastic music actually. So anybody go for the Frank Zappa on the Spotify and you will find very good music. So these two, whenever I found the workaround, I usually again documented on the Kaggle, making it public. So this is the discussion post where I was doing it. So this is how I solved launching the Kaggle notebooks from on site, from external computer, to keep the specific schedule every I think 15 hours UTC on Tuesday till Friday, daily submission, and I think at 4 on Saturday launching the new data refresh and something like that. So again, who is providing the free computing resources? Oracle did. I knew that because I was working previously for Oracle. They said always free. It's actually very small, so it's about one CPU, Ubuntu virtual machine, just with the boot disk. You can have more disk, but I do not need more because the Python is installed, Kaggle API I need to install, and I'm not quite sure if I install as well the Numerai API, well, I think it is running in the Kaggle. And lately I was adding the Flask web server, which basically receives the webhooks. Oracle Cloud Compute is basically, these are the Kaggle CLI commands. So pulls the latest version of the notebook to Oracle Cloud, and then basically without any changes, because there are some mistakes and I need to change it, but then basically the same notebook is pushed back to the Kaggle platform for execution. Later I said I was changing, so the Numerai is issuing the webhooks that triggers the Flask server, launching Kaggle API commands, again doing these two main actions there. And it is described as well in the discussion topic in the Kaggle, so if somebody wants to look how it is done. The second part I needed was, at the time was kind of messy, the number of the notebooks, various approaches, what I was doing. So I need an orchestrator because of the limitations, some of my notebooks, for example, were doing the feature engineering before that. Then the data was used. In some models, I was basically training the base model, and then I was incrementally retraining it on various subsets of the data. So there was some succession to that. And as well, from very early, I was doing basically the public data set in Kaggle, which is weekly updated with the fresh data. So I start with the notebook, which is actually downloading through Numerai the whole data set. and then I do not need to, upload it anytime. It's already, as the data set, refreshed on the Kaggle platform. Basically, this is the notebook up there. I'm constructing the control Python dictionary, which has basically two main keys. One is the list of the notebooks which need to be executed. The other one is controlling if it would be sequentially or parallel. Sequentially means, you need to wait until the notebook finishes, then watches the next one and the next one, and you can create the nested, so the pipelines can be very nested. And this is the example which I have basically there on the Kaggle. Drawback again is the main orchestrating notebook needs to finish in 12 hours. Is using Kaggle's CPI, and as well he needs to be aware about the number of the running notebooks, because you have a limit of 10. So if you are over the 10, then you need to wait when there is a new free resource and things like that. So it was, nice to learn something as well about the asynchronous programming. So for that, it was good. So this is the part of the controlling structure of my own, the notebook swarm, main pipeline. This is exactly what I said. So I start with the Numerai data notebook, which is public, and it downloads after the opening all the data. It's from that moment on the Kaggle platform, and the other models can use it as the input. Then it is basically a parallel execution of 3 sub-pipelines, extended data. I'm doing again some feature engineering, extending the data. This was my first model, but I was so proud about that. So mostly doing the feature analysis with factor analysis, feature engineering, and then the base. This is most of the models, basically independent notebooks, training, and 2 sub-pipelines. This is the expanded dictionary with all the names of the books and saying if it should be executed parallel or sequentially. And the last notebook which is run in that sequence is the daily submission. So I, as well, making the mistake. Previously I was using just one notebook which was doing training and the submission as well. So somewhere around the December last year I was separating it, and now I have daily submission notebook which for which the input is all the trained models, just reads the pickled models, doing the prediction, submitting the prediction. So this is typically 10-15 minutes and it is done. And this is now broken down because part of the models are now fully on About. So I will change that. Most probably I will be staying with the Saturday retraining, whatever, and then all the models will be uploaded to the Numerai platform as pickled files. And this is why I asked when it will be available. And during the course, I actually a lot liked the Kaggle platform because there is a lot of additional value, not just they give you for free the compute resources, learning courses. This is for the newcomers. I've started through that. This urban community, very helpful as well. The best people, actually, this is a very large community. I think they said 4 million people now on the platform or something like that. Huge, so it's a lot of people. And the competitions, this is something, kind of demanding the time. I was tried some, not much, but the interesting thing is that you can learn always a new approach when you participate on these conditions. Even just by taking some of the successful model, reading it, maybe exposed, and doing it. And there are some competitions as well, which are about the prediction of the stock exchange, which is close to the Numerai. The interesting, this one I participated. Interesting was that actually the winning model was using a linear regression just. Yeah. And the model number 4, which I believe as well got some of the prize money, they were using no machine learning at all. They just were sorting the provided tickers based on some data which was there, but it was just the sorting. And they, I believe, pushed up the tickers which were close to the dividend payments. And that was all. So, okay, this can work as well, by the way. Yeah? Not on Numerai because you don't know the data, but it was good learning. The other one which I participated was also close to my heart because for some time I was working with now failed startup here in Czech Republic, which was doing the main idea was the analysis of the metabolic data. So the various molecules you have in the blood, and it was about the disease progression prediction. So Parkinson's disease. And there were 2 types of data about the visits, so the time of the visit of the patient and his check, and as well the other one was the protein data of some liquid which is in brain. So they had a hinge that they could be a data which could be a good predictor for that. Actually wrong. Metabolic data was not used or was not providing the best results. So again, sometimes the signal is not just there. It's so noisy, it's not usable. So this is good learning. And in the words of this is the guy which has the 4 Kegel Grandmaster titles. So, and he's scoring almost on every. He's now working for NVIDIA as the scientist, the great guy, genius. And he was. I was watching one of his interviews, and he said, "Well, warning is that the Kegel, especially competitions, are addictive. So." Once you start, you can be addicted to that. Guys, I'm at the end, so do not forget that the best things in life are free, so not everything about being cheapskate is bad. But, good financial reward is also highly appreciated. Okay. Thank you.
Josef.
Yeah.
It sort of shows why I'm happy that Numerai launched this cute pickle thing, because what you went through is hard for a newcomer. Right? You have to be comfortable in doing all these things, maintaining them all the time. Because yours, how much time do you spend on maintaining this pipeline?
Yeah, that was actually the biggest issue, because I feel, you never know, but I feel
feel that I could not spend much of the time on the data science, on the analyzing the data, doing the feature engineering, looking into the data, staking, all of these things are very, very important. I believe are more important than others. But to solve that, I needed to work on these automation tasks, because to be free of it. And you're right, the model approach is fantastic. I strongly believe that it will be. So how much? 80% of the time I dedicated, maybe from that November, October time frame, was just automation. Once you have it, defined, it's good. It works. I can go on the holiday and everything just working.
Yeah, but that would limit the number of people that can join Numerai.
Yes, absolutely.
So it's good to know those questions.
One of the kind of a side project which came during the preparation for the talk, I just want to make for the cable starters, because this was as well, obviously when I was using it, I was searching who else was doing the Numerai on the cable. I found something, mostly very, very old. I did transfer some of the arbitrage tutorial, notebooks to that as when I was starting, but it was not much usable, So I think I would like to, what I would like to do is have one post how you can easily start with Numerai okay.
Yeah.
So I have now Hello Numerai as the public notebook. I have the example Sunshine as the Numerai notebook. So the people who want to start just can, own these notebooks that are public.
The 12-hour execution gap we were talking about, is it like per day or per week?
No, per notebook.
So you can run another one right after that?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Or in parallel, 10 for 12 hours. So my Saturday, mega thing is typically taking about 11 hours.
You have to retrain sometimes, but every Saturday is quite a lot.
Yeah. That's these are the stupid things when you do when you have a lot of resources. when you do not have the resources, and this is the price of being Cheapskate, you just have to think on the different. And I did a lot of wrong things, but that one actually is something which I believe might be working well.
If you have it working, it's
Yeah. So another future project for me was not only automating the submission, but automating the retraining. So monitoring how the model is working, and then maybe retrain or use a different approach, or possibly change and into the slot of that node, or model with another one. So kind of further development.
I didn't get exactly how you run the notebook control, or how you in the time you want to run the notebook, how you run exactly what is the beginning.
So I was using the what Volga had. It is published that the notebook, the all runs are opening at. That should be opening, I think, at 3.
It changes so much.
Yeah, okay, whatever. They publish it when you should run them. But it does not mean that they are opening them. So you need to have in the beginning of the notebook waiting loop, waiting for the round open. When the round is open, you can pull out the data and you can do submissions within 1 hour.
So this some of your notebook you have forever or what?
They can run forever because they can run only 12 hours. So I was using the cron to start a notebook exactly on the published date and time of the week, which is not possible with Kaggle. Kaggle have as well some scheduling of the notebooks, but this is you cannot say the time. They say it will be only once a day, so they most probably use the spot prices of the platform and they use it. So I run it exactly on the time, and then it is waiting for the round. Yeah. But I went away completely from that because it was eating the time of the. So I went to the webhook. So the Numerai will send you the post message, you receive it, and then how you process it. But it's as well described in this post on the Kaggle, so you can have a look at how it works.
You have that long list of notebooks, and I guess there's lots of shared code, like you're doing the same things in the same tools. How do you handle that? So is there a way that you can share code between them?
Yeah, in Kaggle, yes, there is a possibility. You can have basically 2 types of notebooks. One is the classical Jupyter. The other one is script called script, and it is just a Python script. So you can attach it as the into the lib library. There is and then you can import the functions from that. And good point, exactly. This is something which I was not doing. I needed to
Yeah.
But it comes maybe with the time that I will be able to doing the code by code.
So you said you migrated from Chrome to Webhook because it was eating the notebooks at time.
Yes.
I solved that by I have my personal server, if I go, and I'm using also Chrome, but the Chrome starts basically that is doing the loop, and after it's triggered the round, it runs the
Yeah. I think I saw your post on that. So you're doing it in the shell script, yes?
Yes.
I saw that. So you can do it as well previous launch.
Thanks again.
Thank you guys.